The last time I did a review for a microphone was the Shure Move mic, and I was blown away by how compact it was and how good it was. But now Rode have just come out with the wireless micro and it's pretty much as small. Now, I don't want this video to be a comparison between these two mics because I'm going to do that later and I'll link to it at the end. This video is going to be all about Rode's new baby, and there's a lot of great features and uses that I want to share with you. So let me clarify right up front, this microphone is designed to work with mobile phones. You can't connect it to a camera, you can't connect it to your computer. Well, you can actually, there's a hack that I can show you at the end, but that is not how it's intended to be used. This is specifically aimed at content creators who record with their phones, at least occasionally. And so I fit into that audience. Most of what I do is sitting here at my desk, but there are occasions when I want to record on location. So I want to be structured with this review, and we're going to look at size and design, ease of use, price, ways to use it, tests in different scenarios, pros and cons, and then a summary. So what can we say about the size and the design? Well, really, from the case to the transmitters to the receivers, this looks like a classy, well-made product. It's about as compact as you can get. It comes in black or white, and you do get these cute little windshields too to sit on the top, but I do find that a little bit distracting. And personally, I've never been in a scenario where it's been that windy that I needed to put one of these on. Maybe we'll have a test later. When you order the mic, you get to choose the fit for the receiver, either a Lightning like this one or a USB-C for different phones. So make sure you order the right one. And actually, I'm hoping that as I upgrade my phone and they're all going to be turned into USB-C, it's not going to make this outdated and I'll have to buy a whole new kit. But I'm feeling that might be the case. Now, as I say, this transmitter does look proper classy with this nice glossy front on it. But I have to say, this can be a negative. If I've got this attached to like my t-shirt pocket here, or if I'd got a shirt on, notice that as I move around a bit, this is picking up the light and reflecting it back. And that could be a bit of a distraction. But actually, I think the better way to wear this is to flip it around. You've got way less on show. And when you look on here, it does actually have Rode's logo printed this way. So I think actually rather than this, most people would be in a shirt wearing this rather than me in my t-shirt. Rather than having Rode's logo sideways, I reckon that's implied that this is the correct way to wear it. And so that would fit on here. And that is a matte finish rather than the glossy one picking up that reflection. It also sits better because the weight like this is inside the pocket rather than pulling it forwards. But one feature that I love about this microphone is the little magnet that comes with it. That just snaps onto the back of here. And that means I could tuck this down my t-shirt. How straight is it? Connected up there and it attaches this way. So really it could fit anywhere on your clothing. It's going to fit comfortably through something like a t-shirt or a shirt. Maybe a jacket or a hoodie, you might struggle getting it through there. I really like this feature. Now, am I allowed to say that I spotted on somebody else's review this morning? They found another use for this magnet, and that is that you can actually stand the microphone on it. Maybe it's that way around. And it will actually, you can use it then on your desk as a way to stand it up and just have it sitting there in front of you. I don't know how well it will work at that distance, but I reckon that's quite a genius way to use it. Now, these mics come with Rode's GainAssist feature, which automatically adjusts your audio level, balancing the volume in real time, and eliminating the need to manually adjust it, which for a non-techie like me is really reassuring. On the old Rode Go, you'd have to set it between about 3 different levels of gain. I was never quite sure what I should set that to, so I love that this is all dialed in now with this auto setting. They also boast a patent-pending acoustic chamber design, purpose-built to capture exceptionally clear and intelligible audio while reducing wind noise. Yes, I got that off Rode's website. It's not a noise cancelling setting that you turn on and off, it's just built into it. You'll get 7 hours recording time out of the battery, and the case will give you a further 2 charges, so each mic will give you 21 hours. And to say it's got a battery that can give you that extra charge in there, I think this is a super compact little case, and it'll fit easily into your pocket with no problem at all. The only downside is that if you intend to use that wind filter on here, it ain't going to fit and close in that case. So full marks to Rode for a beautiful and functional design. Now let's talk about ease of use. Because this mic is fully automatic, there's little need for the app. Although, as I'll explain in a second, it has some really cool features. You can simply take one or both of these transmitters out of the case, connect the receiver to your phone. You might get asked to give permission for your mic and camera, and that's it. You can be recording in seconds. You can use your phone's camera app to record a video or use any third-party video recording apps, and this mic just kicks in by default. To be on the safe side, I would just test it and record a few seconds with your camera, tap on the microphone, play it back, and just make sure that that's what's playing. Honestly, this couldn't be easier. I think Rode have done an incredible job for ease of use with this. Those of us that just like plug and play without all the settings are going to adore this thing. Now, Rode do have a free app that you can use these mics with, and the only benefit so far that I can see is that it does give the options to shoot dual cam. You can either split the screen or you can have picture in picture. Plus, you can see the mic levels are actually moving, and that might just reassure you. Now, I often use my phone to demonstrate something to a customer. Maybe they're struggling with a camera setting. I can totally see the benefit of being able to record something to one of my customers, showing them a setting, but also be able to have me as a picture in picture on there to be able to show them. And actually to do a quick video and to be able to capture both you and your guest with this camera sitting in between you, both clipped on with your microphones, great audio. I think actually that's a really cool feature. You might just want to get a bracket to put this in so your arm's not dropping partway through. But again, you don't need to use the app to record. You can just grab and go and use your regular phone camera. I think that's perfect. Again, Rode are scoring full marks with ease of use. Now, what about price? Again, I'm really impressed at the price. This is just $149. You get these two gorgeous mics that automatically just work with each other. This lovely compact case that will charge for you as well. I think they could have charged a lot more than this. And I love it because what they've done is to make this really affordable that even an occasional user could go, yeah, at that price, I'll get one. And you'll have no excuse not only to have a great video camera with you all the time, but to now be able to have some high quality audio to go with it. Now, let's consider some of the uses of this microphone. Now, it might seem obvious to say that the main one would just be you recording with it. Clip on your mic, tap record, away you go. Or maybe actually you want to shoot some footage and you just want to have a good commentary to go with it. But because you don't need to use any specific apps for this, I love that actually you could be live streaming with this to a high quality. I follow people on Instagram that will be sitting in an airport and just tap, yep, let's do a live, let's speak to people while I'm sitting waiting. How cool is that? You could interview people and make use of these two microphones. As I said before, if you use the app, you can get both of you on screen there. And as I've said, I'm going to be using this to demonstrate equipment setups with that picture-in-picture feature. So this helps me to be really versatile. With that case being so small, the fast connection, anytime you find yourself wanting to record with your phone, you now don't have to compromise on sound quality. And that leads us nicely onto some testing. What does this mic actually sound like? I'm going to try this in 4 different locations. So first off, we're going to have a go at just recording in my office here. The aircon is off at the minute, so this is pretty silent. I've got some nice acoustic panels up on the ceiling, so this should be pretty good in here. And as you can see, the mic is nice and close using the magnet on here. What do we think to it? Any background noise there? And what's the quality of this picking up? And this is without using the microphone. This is just using the phone built-in mic. And now that's with the air conditioning just turned on. It's not loud, but I wonder if you can hear it. I'm conscious sometimes these microphones do pick up a lot of room noise. Can you notice any difference in that? And now with the aircon on in the background, this is just the phone. And I'm really curious to see what the difference is like in these. Next, I'm going to be heading up to the coffee shop. And so we'll get a little bit of a clip as we're walking up there and then hear what it's like in the coffee shop and see whether that's useful at all.
That should be a quieter spell now, so no traffic around me at the minute. That's reasonably quiet. Is that usable? And is it much different to this when I just used the phone? Can we tell a difference there? And here's a car. And this is what we're like inside a coffee shop then. Reasonably busy. Is that usable? Does that make a big difference over using just my phone mic? And this is what it's like without having that external mic on. I'm guessing it's pretty unusable.
Now this is typically where I lose people because you've heard the quality and you go. Please stick around, we've got some pros and cons to just summarize this. So what do I think as a pro? This list is massive. The size of it, I really love the whole case, the mics, everything is really compact. I love the price of it. I think $149 is a really good price point for this. It gives great audio, as you've heard. I really like the magnet feature that allows me just to stick it anywhere on my clothes. I love that ease of connection and just the simplicity of using it. Can you tell I like this mic? What about some cons? There's gotta be some negatives to this. Well, I did say that I also have the Shure Move mic, and we will do a review on it that I'll link you to in a minute. But with that, I don't have to have this receiver on the bottom. Those microphones go straight into my phone, hooks up with the app, and I don't have to have a receiver. And that does scare me a little bit, this on here. You know, is this potentially going to get damaged? Might it come off? What if I forget it? The mics now are no good. So that's a slight negative, but I guess that has allowed the simplicity of it. I don't need to be recording inside of an app. So that's a small negative, really. What I would have liked to see is an option to be able to give me a version of this receiver that could go into my camera or into my computer. And as I mentioned earlier, from what I can make out, if I were to change my phone across to a newer iPhone that's going to have a USB-C now, I don't know that you can buy these on the store just on their own. So please, Rode, if you watch this, that would be a fantastic add-on to have. And I did mention that that glass front was a little bit distracting catching the lights. You would just need to check this out if you were putting a mic on someone and recording. But again, flipping it around like this takes that away. The only other thing really, I would have liked to see an extra noise cancelling option within this mic. Again, you'll see when I do that comparison video with the Shure Move mic, they've got a really powerful noise canceller in there that just takes out any background noise at all. This does a good job, but it's not going that extra level with it. So in summary, I feel that Rode have done a great job with this mic. They've catered for a growing audience of content creators who use their phones, and with the price point, I think this will be a very popular microphone. Now, as I've already got the Shure Move mic, I'm not convinced that this would replace it. There are some very strong pros and cons with both of these microphones, and that's why I'm going to be comparing them in the next review that I'll link to at the end, which is coming, don't worry. But I did say at the start that I got a hack for getting this microphone to work into your computer, and that's thanks to Apple's continuity camera. Whether I'm using it in an app like 𝗙𝗘𝗦𝗢𝗙 or ScreenFlow or even Zoom, I could get the option to choose my iPhone microphone. And if I've got this connected up, that's the microphone it will select. Now, this isn't ideal, and unless I were actually using the continuity camera, I wouldn't really want to have this just sitting running all the time and using a different camera. But I'm a big Ecamm Live user, as many of you know, and I use a Stream Deck, and I have a scene set up that will flip across and it will open up my continuity camera, and it will allow me to move around the room and demonstrate something when I'm talking to students. So I can set that up that when it changes to that camera, it also changes to the mic, takes away the need for my desk mic, and allows me just to pick that up and move around the room with it. When I come back to here, I can change that scene, and the microphone will change over as well as the camera. Now, this is getting way off topic. If you're an Ecamm user and you want me to demonstrate that, let me know in the comments and I'll add another quick video. But what do you think to this microphone then? Do you like it? Would you go out and get one? Thank you so much for staying this long. I'm off to work on that comparison video next with the Shure Move mic, and I'll link to it over here when it's made. If it's not there yet, be sure to hit subscribe so that you get notified when it comes out. And why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe anyway? We got a lot more content like this that you're really going to enjoy. Thanks again. I'll see you in another video.